Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to continue talking about Nikola Jokić and his post doubles. This time we're going to talk about the next read in our series, which is going to be the corner three and why it's open in the first place and how Jokić makes the read to see it. So the first thing, before we even talk about the corner three, we have to address what we talked about last time, and that's the 45 cut. We saw Christian Braun cut right there. I talked about this in the last video, but the reason this puts strain on the defense is because you have to stay out here on the perimeter or out here with Aaron Gordon. And so stepping up here is very difficult for either defender because you're essentially split between these two, which often leaves whoever this cutter is, Christian Braun, relatively wide open. But the defense does have an option to this, and that's to come off of one of the other players. And those are the examples that we're going to look at today. All right, here. Jokić is going to get down to the post up. What's going to happen? We're going to see a double here or a double here, one of the two, and then ultimately the defense is going to shift based on that. A double kind of comes. We see like a soft double. I don't know. Like he was supposed to double, didn't quite. But regardless, we see that 45 cut. And the reason this 45 cut puts so much strain on the defense is because Grady Dick sees it. I was like, oh crap, I got to stop this, or else he's going to get a layup right at the rim. What does this mean? This means Christian Braun is out here wide open because you have to stay here to prevent this pass, and he's here. So, I mean, who's out here to guard Christian Braun? Effectively, nobody. So instead, Grady Dick has to go from trying to bump and then all the way to close out to a corner three, and that's too much space to be given good shooters. One of the big actual gripes I was upset with for Christian Braun is he kind of hesitated to shoot that a little bit last year in the past, and I want him to shoot that aggressively because of how much the opening actually gives him. Okay, so Jokić is going to get this ball deep in the post. You can see that, I mean, Dallas is doubling early and aggressive, which is probably what you have to do. But the fact that Murray is all the way on this side takes another defender out of it. And so this is real difficult because you have these two players and you have one, two, three offensive players they essentially have to guard. And then when you have a cutter, it takes another one of them out of the way. And like it's really, really difficult to cover all that ground. Okay, so cut happens. And we see both defenders kind of do a good job of stopping this cut, which is what you have to do. But I mean, now you're going to leave somebody open on the perimeter. Frankly, they're both kind of open. But Jokić is going to make that read. And he's going to see the fact that you stopped the cutter instead of coming out here to the 3-point line. And he's going to make that pass 9 times out of 10. So again, we see the post, boom, double happens, okay? Double happens and everyone shifts over. And so now what we're looking for is where the cut is going to happen. And actually both of these players are relative non-shooters, so they're both going to kind of cut. And I mean, I don't think that's ideal in my humble opinion. I'd rather have a shooter out there, but it works in this situation because the defense still gets distracted with it. Okay, so cut happens. Dalton Connect is overloaded, we're not really guarding anybody right now. But he's trying to take away here, and D'Angelo Russell is trying to take away this cut. But again, D'Angelo Russell is also responsible for the corner three. And so Nikola Jokić, I mean, he sees that. So like Nikola Jokić makes the read right here, whether who's taking away these cuts. Like before he even spins, he's seeing that D'Angelo Russell steps up. And then when D'Angelo Russell steps up, like right here, he sees that, oh, the cut's happening. I'm going to have the corner pass. And so he spins. And like that's such an unbelievable pass. Perfect location, right on target to the open player. That's such beautiful basketball. And this shows the concept works without even the 45 cut because I mean, I think personally if you have shooters out there, it provides a little bit more spacing inherently. But okay, so we see double coming from Trae Young, which questionable on the defense's perspective, but whatever. So this player now has to get in front of Brown, which means that each of these players have to split to guard each of them. However, you see Daniels, normally a very good on-ball defender, doesn't really do a good job splitting. And the reason he doesn't do a good job splitting is because he knows Jamal Murray is out here, who's Denver's second best scorer. So he's like, oh crap, I don't want to leave him. I'm on him for a reason, you know. And so Nikola Jokić sees that lack of rotation. I mean, you got Michael Porter Jr. in the corner, which, I mean, you can't give him open looks because he's going to hit that with like 48%. So I believe this is our fourth or fifth video in this series talking about the options that Nikola Jokić has when defenses choose to double him. And this just shows the level of intellect that Jokić is playing with, where he's able to make multiple reads in very, very quick fashion to give Denver these open opportunities that he sees with unbelievable efficiency. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. Most importantly, have a blessed rest of your day.